Dallas Cowboys, you asked for this one, so let's get it. All right, so a roast is in order for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, before this season, if you didn't see my video, let's go back and I will show you my video. Now, it's game one. It's game one, so I have to state that I could turn out to be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I'm gonna explain everything I said in that video. And let's watch my video real quick. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Here's my video. Check it out.
Yo, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. You see the title of the video. So without anything else, let's dive right into the topic of conversation. And the Dallas Cowboys have had a bad fucking draft. Their draft has been absolutely terrible for 2016. And allow me to explain. First of all, the Dallas Cowboys selected Ezekiel Elliott in the first round of the draft. Now, in the first round of the draft, they had an opportunity to select Jalen Ramsey. They had an opportunity to select a cornerback that pretty much, not Ramsey. Yeah, they had an opportunity to select Jalen Ramsey. Instead, they went with a running back. To me, running backs should never be drafted in the first round.
All right, so I'm gonna stop that video right here, and then we're gonna go over to the stats. Let's check them stats. Ezekiel Elliott, 20 carries, 51 yards. Alfred Morris, 13 carries, less 35 yards. Last year, if you remember last season for the Dallas Cowboys, Darren McFadden had 1,000 yards rushing. Yep, 1,000 yards rushing. I think he was the 5th leading rusher in the NFL last year. And I said, listen, Darren McFadden was the 5th leading rusher in the NFL last year, and he had no Tony Romo. You had a carousel of unfit quarterbacks, including Matt Castle. I said, including Matt motherfucking clipboard. Hold that clipboard, you sorry bastard, Castle. And he had the quarterback from the Cleveland Browns. What is his name? Now I think he plays for the Texans. What is his name? Think he's like a 3rd string quarterback? Yeah, that guy. They had that guy at quarterback and no Des Bryant. And he still managed to run for 1,000 yards. On the other hand, this secondary was average to below average. They had an opportunity. To get a guy like Jalen Ramsey. And instead, they take a running back. If you ask me, if you look at the production from Alfred Morris and you look at the production from Ezekiel Elliott, if Alfred Morris had 20 carries, how many yards would he have? He only has 16 less yards than Ezekiel Elliott with 7 carries. What would be his carry? How many yards would he have? Huh? This is the thing, and this is my problem with what the Dallas Cowboys did. And I also want to point out the fans that came from me. You came from me. Came from me. People saying I was a Cowboy hater because I thought they should have got a lockdown cornerback and not a running back. Do you understand now? And guess how you lost? Guess how you lost? You lost with Victor Cruz scoring the final touchdown. Oh yeah, I can't take out the Terrence Williams shit. His ass staying and bounce shit like that. But like you lost with Victor Cruz scoring a touchdown. You gave up three passing touchdowns to Eli Manning and the Giants. Your secondary is average to below average, and you had an opportunity to boost your secondary. You did. You could have even taken a running back later in the draft. You could have. Instead, you pick Ezekiel Elliott where you picked him at. And I think that decision is gonna bite you in your ass all season and into many more seasons. It's things like this that make or break a franchise. And you know what? The Cowboys, I gotta give the Cowboys credit where credit is due because the Cowboys have been making great moves. They had an opportunity to draft Johnny Manziel. Instead, they went offensive line. That was a great move. And now you look at their offensive line, they got the best offensive line in football. But I think this was a bad move. You had a chance to have Orlando Scandrick on one side and Jalen Ramsey on the other side. That would have been much better than what you have right now. Much better. Instead, you take Ezekiel Elliott, look at the results. I don't know who they play next game. I'm gonna be watching this Dallas team all fucking season. The same way I watch all of my other predictions. Same way. Carson Wentz looked pretty good yesterday, but it was the Browns. Jared Goff can't even get on the field. I made a lot of bold predictions in that draft. Go back and watch now. I said the Ezekiel Elliott move was a mistake. I like the Laramie Tunsil move. He's a starter. Go back and look at all that shit I said during the draft and see where I stand at right now. I'm telling you, man. You can go back is a lot of go back through a lot of my videos and see how right I was. And I've been wrong some too. My playoff predictions last year, them shits was awful. But I went out on the limb with teams that I mean, it would have been trendy for me to pick other teams. So I just picked out on the limb with some of those picks. Like I picked Kansas City to go further than they went, and they should have went further than they went, but unfortunately they weren't able to get over the hump. But yo, this was a mistake. To me, this was a franchise damaging mistake as bad as the Dolphins taking Devontae Parker. And I hope all these moves work out for these teams, but I'm afraid they're not going to. You're overreacting to one game. I'm just taking it one game at a time. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'll point out, hey, I was wrong. This is a Giant team that you're going to face twice a year. Then you have to face that Redskin offense twice a year. You got to face that Eagle offense that looked pretty good twice a year. Who else is on that Dallas Cowboy? Wait a minute. If you go back and you look at the formula and the way that the Seattle Seahawks brought um, Russell Wilson along. You look at how the Pittsburgh Steelers brought Big Ben Roethlisberger along. You look at how, you look at how teams did those things from the defensive side of the ball. The Seattle Seahawks built a stout defense. They ran the ball well, but they had a defense. They gave their young quarterback an opportunity to make mistakes because they had a great defense. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys had a chance to give Dak Prescott more of a defense and still be potent on offense because an offense with, let's say you have you would have taken a running back in the second round. I don't remember what all running backs went in the second round, but there's some good ones. Instead of taking that hurt linebacker, you take a running back in your second round, and then you still have Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris to me is a good back. I like Alfred Morris. Maybe they could have had a shot at a Justin Forsett, who went back and signed with the Ravens. Maybe they could have convinced him to come to Dallas to play behind the Dallas offensive line. Maybe Arian Foster chose the Dolphins. Would he have chose Dallas Cowboys instead of the Dolphins? Maybe. Their offensive line is absolutely great. To me, if you draft a running back in the first round, that's not special, 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 special. I'm talking about every time you play against them, you better have 8 men in the box or they're going to destroy you. You're making a mistake because you can get a back third, fourth, fifth round. It is one of those positions where it's to me it's best to draft late in the draft because more than likely you're going to need a stable of backs. If you think about the top 5 backs in the NFL right now, they all have injuries histories. The running back position, every time they touch the ball, they're in a collision unless they just break free. It's a stupid position to draft so early for, unless you're getting like a special guy. Like me, you got to get a special back to draft where they drafted Ezekiel Elliott, and I just didn't see it. I still don't see it. Doesn't make sense. So, all right, next week they face the Redskins, which that's going to be a tough game. Redskins defense is pretty solid. And the Redskins got some weapons. They got Deshaun Jackson. They got Pierre Garçon. Watch out next week. Watch that secondary. That secondary might get absolutely torched. After that, they got 2 weeks of garbage. The Bears and the 49ers. Neither offense is great. They're going to leave them defenses on the field for a while. Right? You come back after that, you play the Bengals. And if you see what AJ Green did to Revis, if you think for 1 second the Dallas Cowboys have someone to match up against AJ Green, you're out of your mind. Then they go and face one of the better quarterbacks in football. They got to face the Packers. Watch. Yo, if you're a Cowboy fan right now, I'm telling you right now, y'all could be 2-3. Real easy. Real easy. Or 1-4. Real easy. But we shall see. Yo. Anyway, man, I still have not found a way to watch the game from yesterday. I can't find it for nothing, man. So if you actually recorded that game and you can actually put that game online for me, I would greatly appreciate it. I really want to watch the game, but I can't find a recording of it. So the only thing I've been able to watch is highlights, and I'm not a highlight watcher. I don't like watching highlights. I want to see the entire game so I can break it down, and I can't do it. So, yeah, there you go. That is your first week for the Cowboys. A shitty draft. I'm telling you right now, it was a bad draft. That was a bad pick. It's as simple as that. He's gonna have he's gonna have to run for like Ezekiel Elliott. To me, that kid has so much pressure on him. He's gonna have to run for 15 to 1,700 yards for this pick to make sense. If he runs for the same amount of yardage as Darren McFadden ran for last year, then the pick made no sense at all. So he's gonna have to rush for at least 15 to 1,700 yards for it to make sense. That's a lot of pressure. Now, of course, he's got a better supporting cast this year than McFadden, which is even more pressure. McFadden had Matt Castle and some other guy, and no Des Bryant for a lot of the season, and he still rushed for 1,000 yards. Ezekiel Elliott has to rush for at least 1,700 yards with the supporting cast he has, and for it to make sense. 15 to 17 or bust. It makes no sense. Anyway, man, let me know how you feel about this. Shout out to Jalen Ramsey, man. I wish we could have got that kid and brought him here to Miami. Oh boy, I wish we could have got that kid and brought him in Miami. He's just a big fucking corner, man. He's a big fucking corner. Anyway, I will talk to you guys next time. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Tweet this video out to Jalen Ramsey because he should be in a Dallas Cowboy uniform right now. And Dallas Cowboys fucked up. They messed up bad. This is going to haunt them for a while because they had an opportunity to lock down one side of the field. And instead, they took a running back, which they could have gotten any round of the draft. That's dumb. Anyway, talk to you guys next time. Peace.